Tucson, Arizona at Pockets Cafe and Billiards.
How often do you play here?
Actually, once a week now.
Yeah?
At least once a week. I'm here on Thursday nights playing APA.
All right,
I
next
played
up,
APA.
table 11.
They got me in an APA league. I'm going to go to Vegas playing the APA this year.
Joe's a 589.
Never have done it
Shannon's a
before.
525. That race will be 8-6.
I can't play in the BCA because I do the commentary, so
8-9. Even race to 9, Joe.
I decided to play in the APA. And I didn't know that they had a tournament in Vegas, but apparently they do. I'll be up there in August, second week of August.
We'll be up there the first weekend of August.
Doing...
Griff's.
Oh, that's right. It's funny because I visited Griff's with my girlfriend. We were up there to see Celine Dion, and we stopped by and checked out the room. Judy just fell in love with Griff's. She goes, "This is a nice pool hall. This is really plush. It's really nice. The bar's real nice. The food was good. We had chicken quesadilla. It was excellent." And she just really went on and on. She says, "I want to come here when you play these tournaments." And I said, "Well, come up. They're going to have one." But then I noticed it was the first week in August, and I'm going to be up in Vegas for 2 weeks prior to that.
Right.
So I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know if I want to go back up to Vegas again.
I'll be there for 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
The trade show ends the day before our tournament.
Okay.
So I'll just stay up there.
Yeah, you might as well. Jeez.
All right, so this is going to be a great match.
This is two of your highest rated players in the tournament, first and foremost. Tommy's Fargo's at a 624, I believe, and I mean Tommy is much more experienced player than that
By far.
Yeah. But he has not been playing for a long time. He took a long time off, and even though he's more experienced, it doesn't mean his execution is at a higher level. So that's what he has to fight. In other words, he knows what he's doing. He just doesn't get it done as much anymore. Well, Mike, on the other hand, is they're rated about the same, right?
They are. They're within 25 points.
20 points, okay. Mike's at about 609. But Mike plays every bit of that. And Mike can actually, he hasn't been playing much, I don't think. He is capable of playing at a higher Fargo. I mean, he could easily be rated higher. He could be a 630, 640 if he played more often.
Next up on table 9.
I don't think he likes where he got here.
Himble.
Only because he can't get on the right side of the 3.
John's a 555. Brian's a 513.
Bank it?
That race is 8-7.
I would play the. Yes. I was going to say I would play it to get an angle to bank the 3. I was trying to say that, it just wouldn't come out. Close. No scratch. Just a little corner sticking up. 8-ball stuff.
Yeah, it is.
No matter who gets to it, it's going to be tough on no matter how they get to it. Going from the 7 to the 8, it's in a good place. You probably want to lay it between the 5 and the 8. Leave the cue ball there for the 8 ball. And that means that shot's not a picnic. And that one dropped in. I didn't think it was going to.
Yeah. My first thought was not on a diamond, and then it went in.
Well, the cloth is still fairly new on these tables, and there's still a little bit of a slide. Well, will he bank it or will he back cut it?
Oh, I think
to
he
the
back
corner.
cut it.
It gives him perfect shape.
Can you back cut it and open up the 8?
No. Well, maybe. If had he made that ball, he might have hit the 9, but he wouldn't have hit the 8.
Okay.
But the 9 ball's not in the way. Now, will Mike play safe behind the 6, or will he try to do something with the 5? Trying to play safe behind the 6, and there's about 1/8 of an inch that he could hit there, and he hit it. He came right back for a shot. Yes. I still think the where the 8 ball lays makes this run much harder than what it is.
I agree.
And bumping that 6 ball to the middle of the head rail didn't help. But there's your experience coming into play.
Tommy doesn't let any grass grow under his feet when he plays.
No, there's no reason to. I mean, you know what you're going to do. He doesn't sit there and look around this and look around that. He knows what he wants to do. He's instinctive, and he goes right to it. Goes right to work. He's more of a rhythmic player, so he wants to keep that movement.
I could see that. And when we talk about Tommy's experience, I mean, he played on the Camel Tour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's played top-level opponents.
Oh,
You know, all the big names he's played them.
especially in one pocket for years. When he had Tommy's in Mesa, he used to play a lot. And then he had it over on, where Skip and Jan's used to be. You know, he owned that building before. He's the one that built it originally.
Just going down to the short rail.
He's going to the short. He moved in. There's your
nice.
experience again. Again, there's experience coming into play.
He deserved a better roll than that. That was a very smart shot.
That was a good shot and no reward. You said that earlier.
Playing safe.
Yes, he is. Oh, but you got to hit it to play safe. This is a stop and a stop. There's no reason to even move this cue ball towards the 9.
See, and I know I would. I know I would make an angle.
So would I. I would make an angle, but I would not come off the side rail. I'd come off the head rail in direction of the 9, just like he did. He didn't use a rail.
Good shot.
He just drew the ball. Played perfect line shape. He was in line with the ball the whole time. Object ball.
Again, this is a race to 9. And in case people are confused from the last match, the better player's Fargo rating determines what they're racing to.
The higher rated players.
Right. And then the lower rated player's Fargo determines what the handicap is.
Correct.
It's one game for every 25 points. And the reason that we chose that is we were looking to give the better player a 60-40 advantage. And we talked to Chan back in Phoenix, who knows numbers inside and out. And he said a 60-40 advantage to the better player is one for every 25.
Okay. Because the way you did it is the best way, in my opinion, is the best way to do it. Because if you were to give a 3-game handicap rated on the lower player's Fargo score, well then percentage-wise, it's a much bigger handicap.
Right.
So this is a better way of doing it. It's fair to the higher rated player.
The idea is, I want the lower rated players to know that they have a chance. They've got to play well. I mean, if I'm playing you and you're a 60-40 favorite, I've got to play well. But if I do, I can beat you.
Well, it's only one game more you're going to have to go. You're going to have to win, but you're going to have to win one more game because of my rating being higher. Correct. It's just like giving a handicap in one pocket. You'd rather have. It's not so much the higher players, how many balls the higher player has to make. It's how many balls the lower player has to make. Because it's a little bit harder to win those games when you're rated lower than your opposition or your opponent.
We've got Jesse Johnson playing on the table next to us, and he was dealing with a tough shot, so that's why Mike was waiting. We got to talk, and we didn't even catch Mike's nice carom there to win that game. Yeah, it's 2-0 now.
Oh.
He made a ball, and had a 2-9 carom that he shot.
You're right. We were talking, and I
hole.
missed the whole thing. I never looked at the table. Great commentary here. I never looked at the table. Well, that's 9-ball for you. Blink, and you're down a game. They can go on. It used to be on the break. I remember being in a tournament one time and being down something like, coming back like 7 games and winning, But two of those 7 games were on the break. I think I had two on the breaks in a row. So you blink of an eye, he just went 2 games.
He came a little far there.
Can he play safe behind the 8? Just go to, yes, he can.
You don't think he can make it?
Well,
Go 2 rails? Yeah.
I didn't think I thought he was back too far. Our angle here is just, I guess I wasn't really paying attention. I like the safety behind the 8 too, though, I'll tell you that right now.
You still had Rick on your brain from the last
think so.
match.
I think so, God. What's going to happen in the next week? I haven't done any commentary since last year. I really haven't.
It's like riding a bike.
I did the Saguaro Cup.
Yeah.
I helped out there. That helped. That was kind of fun. It was kind of a different atmosphere. God,
yeah.
talk about high pressure. That was an awesome tournament. I thought that was really well done. Hats off to the boys in Phoenix and the teams.
Now, he doesn't like this shot for some reason.
I just go rail first. That's
Look out, side
a little
pocket.
wild. That's a little wild. In my opinion, it's a little wild. But he controlled it very well. He's got right to the side pocket. It's not too far, so he doesn't have to stretch that far. And he's coming back.
Wow. He hung the 6 ball. Boy, he leaves the table in a hurry, too. As soon as he knows he didn't make the ball, he's got food over there, too.
Oh.
I think he's pretty fast player even without the food, but still.
He's, like I said, he's very instinctive. He moves by instinct. He's done it for so long, so much, that he's not going to hang around the table. Oh, he will hang around the table sometimes on a miss and complain, as most players do. You know, they'll sit there and look at it. How can I miss that? Yeah. But
How well did he
very
hit that ball?
Very.
He'd like to have gone a little farther. Can he bump the 8 here?
No, he's just going to go back and forth, I think.
Oh.
I know, it's so good.
He wasn't going to like that.
He went back, but he didn't go forth enough. He wasn't going to like his, another extreme cut. I wonder if these players can hear us.
I wasn't expecting that.
Well, he went rail first, but he went too much rail.
That.
He went rail by, not rail first.
But he was eaten again before Mike shot the 7.
Out of frustration.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Can't miss this ball.
Oh, it can be missed. He just did.
Oh, sure. Just saying, you can't if you want to win the match.
No. That's 2 games that Tommy's given him.
Yeah. Things
And one
couldn't
that he got
start,
him the other day.
couldn't start much better for him.
Take care, Carl. We'll see you later, buddy.
Now, you know, we talk about Tommy and being instinctual at the table and that sort of thing. In my opinion, and I'm not comparing him to players like this, but you take Earl, you take Rodney, you take C.J. Wiley. It's guys like that who they don't have to overthink anything. Earl. Can you think of a shot that you can set up on the table and Earl will say, never saw that one?
No.
You know, they know what they want to do, and it's guys like that make the game fun to watch.
Exactly. It's guys like that they don't. I mean, they take all the added movement and added maneuvering away from the table and just shoot pool. They just shoot pool. And actually, I've had both those players. I've played with both those players you just mentioned, Rodney and Earl, and they're both a pleasure to play with. And you learn so much just playing with them. all you have to do is watch them and emulate, and your game steps up 3 notches.
Yeah.
Easily.
Now, Rodney stayed at your place when he filmed his video, didn't he?
And I played Earl One Pocket at my place one night. Rick Smits brought him over. He was in town.
Yeah.
I gained. I can't say that I gained a wealth of knowledge from Rodney, but just being around a player of that caliber and actually hitting balls on the same table, brings your game right up, because it's just, to me, it's astounding just how much you pick up just by watching it done right.
Right.
Like, there was years ago I used to play tennis, and every time I watched Wimbledon or I watched it on TV and I watched it done right, I'd get out and play, and I played like 2 times better than I did. Just because without thinking about it, your body emulates, or your mind emulates what it's seen, and you're out there doing it the same way, taking that full stroke, taking the, putting yourself in the right position to play, and you're doing these things because the mind is telling you how to do it, because they just saw it done right.
Right.
And I think that really works. So I think watching good players, being around good players, like a player that, some of these junior players, if they're around championship caliber play, when they're learning how to play, it will really help their game, because they're watching it done right, instead of going out and playing golf with your average Joe that has a 22 handicap, but has 50,000 ways of shooting the same shot. You know what I'm saying?
I could see that.
And it's just, they're doing it right. They're watching it done right. And so your mind picks up a lot more than what you're told to. Do it this way. That's one thing. But when you see it done, your mind subconsciously tells you how to do it. That's just my opinion. But it seems to work for me. I know that. When I'm around good players, it's true. When you're around good players, you just play better, because it just brings it out.
You're going to hit them like a monster after 2 weeks in Vegas.
But only for about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to think, and as soon as you start thinking, it's all out the window. Have you read the book, The Inner Game of Tennis?
No, but I've heard
of
it's
it.
very...
It's very good for pool, because
Right.
The Inner Game of Tennis is all about learning a motion and doing it subconsciously. So basically, learn how to do something, and then get the mind out of the way and do it, just like when you stroke a ball.
Right.
And that's exactly what pool is if you know what to do, how to do it, and you can tell yourself these things prior to the shot, and then once you're down on the ball, you do nothing but act it out and not say a word. You've trained the muscles, you've trained the stroke, and so you do it right all the time. It's when you start thinking, I have to play shape here, I got to put the cue ball right here. Well, now you're tensing up, because you have to be exactly right instead of just seeing it and doing it. And that's exactly what the Inner Game of Tennis is about. And that's kind of what I'm explaining, as far as you see it done right, and then you just get up and do it, because you're not thinking about it. As soon as you start thinking, that's when you get in trouble. Just think of every miss you ever missed. It's because you were thinking of something in the shot you don't think about. Meanwhile, we're still at 3-1 now.
3-1.
Ike's got on. He's a little tough here. Is he over the ball?
He's a little bit over the ball,
Yep.
and he's really straight in, and he wants to be on the other side of the table for the 6.
Well, either that, or if he's straight in, I would just try to make this ball and take the billiard on the 9. And he tried to make the 6, but it looks like if he tries to make the 6, he might make the 9. Oh, he's trying too much for shape.
Yeah, he was listening to me.
He got on the 6, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He gave away the last rack, missing that 8 ball. He may have just given this one away, too. Something went down the wrong pipe.
Eating a little faster, I guess. But now will he go 3 rails around the table? or will he use a right hand English and go right back to the 6? Too hard.
Yeah, a little too hard. Yeah.
Well, now we're playing the 9 ball.
I can't tell if the 6 goes. The 6 may go over there. It's tough to tell from this
From your angle, yeah.
Yeah. Our spotter tells us the 6 does go.
Well, in that case, he won't be playing the 9. Now that's what I call an extension.
Yeah. What's that add? A foot and a half to it?
Pretty much, yeah. Good 18 inches. He played the 9.
I can't.
And got a good, well, he got a good roll out of it until he cut the corner of the side pocket.
Right.
If it rolls by the corner, he's got a safety.
Mike's studying this. I don't think he doesn't like it near as much as we thought he would.
Well, from this angle, that pocket's smaller. The side pocket's smaller. Now, in most cases, I believe the side pockets are a half inch bigger than the corner pockets.
He was looking at jacking up and firing it in. That makes it even tougher.
Because I think he's straight in, and he wants to bring the cue ball back for a shot on the 8. He might be hooked a little bit. He's jumping the ball.
Yeah, he doesn't like that shot at all.
Well, if he's jumping it, I wouldn't like it either. Although if he's jumping, it looks like he's only jumping a quarter ball. So he's probably better off doing it with a full cue. A little more accuracy in those shots.
He left it good, though.
Might have him hooked.
Looking at the look on Tommy's face, I think maybe.
If he can kick to the back rail and kick the 6 ball past the 8, he'll have a nice save.
And he
looks
knows
like he's
that
going
shot.
for it. Yeah, he does. He should know that shot. He should know that shot. No, you just cut it right in.
Okay, next match on
He could
table
see it all.
3. John Reed, Larry DeWitt.
You know, that's a safety that's not played anymore. It used to be played a lot when it used to be 2-foul ball in hand. When the balls are on the head rail, for instance, and you're on the opposite rail, you can kick it to the other rail. People try to cut it thin now and come all the way around instead of doing that. It's a shot that's kind of, I don't see played as much anymore. Tommy took care of business.
Now, since I wasn't around when the game was played that way, explain that rule.
It used to be, and I'm talking prior to probably 1990, it used to be 2-foul ball in hand. You could push out on every shot if you wanted to, and your opponent had the right to let you shoot. But if it was a second foul, then he got ball in hand. You never saw it played that way?
No.
That was prior to the 1990s, I believe. Might have been even in the 70s, because I started playing pool right around 69, 70, and it was 2-foul ball in hand. You didn't play 1-foul ball in hand. That was till pool got on TV, which was mid 80s. It was 2-foul, and they sped it up for television.
Right, so it was all a change for TV.
It actually, the safety wasn't as important, because if you hook yourself behind a ball, which is kind of fair, if you hook yourself on a bad roll, for instance, say you catch the corner and you end up safe, you can push out. You can push,
Right.
and your opponent has the option of letting you shoot. So let's say you play a 2-way shot, and you happen to make the ball. Or you play a safety, and you get the safety part, and the ball kisses off something and goes in the hole. Well, now your safety went to heck because, of the roll.
Right.
You don't get punished for it. You can actually push out, and your opponent can either take it or let you shoot it.
If the 7 ball goes by the 9, I like Tommy's out here.
Even if, yeah, exactly. I don't think it does, but
As soon as he's not shooting out of this corner where our camera is, we'll check.
he might play the 7-9 combo.
Yeah, I think he's got to shoot the combo. Especially when you look at where the 6 is.
That's why it's hard to get to the. He'd have to get right where he's looking at right now. He's looking at how to get to the 7 ball so he can play it in the side pocket. Or right there, right where he's pointing with his cue stick. He has to lay the cue ball there off the 6. He could try to bump the 7 right here. Oh, he got nice on the 5, straight in on the 5. Now he's got to get a good angle to go from the 6 to the 7. Doesn't go on the side. Doesn't appear to go on the side.
That's a tough shot from the 6 to the 7.
He's got to get where the cue ball is now, in that area.
Yeah. And that 6 is just not laying in an ideal place to do it.
Nope, it's tough. He can either go forward or back. Use its side rails. It brings him to the opposite end of the table he wants to be on. He tried to move it. I think
It's a smart play, trying to move it.
He tried to move it. Again, your experience. He'll draw this straight back. It looks like he's going to try to go to the side pocket. I'm not sure it goes by.
No, neither am I.
And the only thing about playing... Oh, he got there. He got there. Nice shot.
He got... Oh, yeah, he
Nice shot. Nice shot, Tommy. Drew the ball 9 feet to get to where he's at. With English to spin off the head rail towards the area he wanted to go to.
And a real small window.
Nice out. Well, see, there's your 624 Fargo shot with 680 experience. Because most of your 600 Fargos don't even know that draw shot to get there.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm not a 600 Fargo. So now, what's it like sitting in the chair over there after having that 3-0 lead, thinking, you know, I might be able to run away with this? And then Tommy got done eating.
Buy him another quesadilla.
Ordinarily, you think buy your opponent a drink.
That's right.
Hey, have you had lunch yet? Do you want something?
That's funny. So you're trying to say Tommy gave him 3 games so he could have lunch?
I'm just saying it didn't have his undivided attention. I mean, Mike is a little bit of an underdog here. A little.
Well, 20-point underdog,
Yeah.
according to Fargo. Right. That's about 1 game, isn't it?
Yeah,
pretty close to
much,
1 game.
Yeah. Not exactly what he was looking forward to right off the break.
Well, he doesn't want to bring the cue ball to the head rail because the 9 ball's there, and it affords, it gives him a billiard at the 9. Looks like he got behind the deuce.
Just stay positive. That's the only lesson today. Stay positive.
Now he's motioning to the middle of the short rail.
Oh, he hit it.
That's why he was motioning to it.
He thinned that ball real nice.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he didn't hit it, he fanned it.
Might have been the wind that went by it.
Could have been. Might have just been the shadow. Have you ever come so close to a ball you thought you hit it because it looked like it moved because the ball went by it and there's a shadow?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've missed
I've
balls
seen
an
that.
awful lot.
This is going to work.
He's
I
going to
didn't
leave
even
him a
want to
shot.
Combo.
Yeah.
Combo that's 18 inches, 17 inches away. No problem. Did you lose the cue ball?
He did.
He lost the cue ball.
That's a shame. It was a nice combo.
And 4 to the 5's not a problem. Everything's got a pocket. It's going to take a mistake by Tommy not to get out.
Are you going to play the 2 in the same pocket here?
Where's the 2? Yes.
Not like that, he's not.
Well, that's true. He's not. I would have attempted to get position for the same pocket, yes.
He was just trying to draw straight back. I think I'd have tried to draw to the long rail.
I like using a rail when I'm doing things like that, especially when I get ball in hand. I never want to draw the ball straight over or straight back. I'd rather English the ball off the rail to get where I have to go. You control the speed much better. I've even heard players, I've heard some players like to use 2 rails on a shot like that to control the speed and the angle. In other words, they would give himself a severe cut,
Right.
easy cut, and then go 2 rails to get where you have to go.
I think Mike might have shot that ball better than he thought he did.
Well, he got straight in on the 4.
Yeah.
He's
Gonna
dead
have to
straight.
jack up.
And stop it.
Yeah, are you willing to just stop it and be
Yes.
happy with that?
Yeah, I'd be happy with a stop. Because if you jack up and try to draw back, you're probably going to miss the 4. There goes the elevation. And that was the almost miss. See what I'm saying? It's so easy to miss those when you elevate. You didn't have to elevate very much. That's a nice place to be right there. He's got just enough angle to come over for the 6. Perfect. And I think he got on the right side to come just straight forward.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do anything crazy.
Just make it.
Don't overrun it.
He's perfect. He's perfect.
Tommy gave him a shot.
He was so perfect, Tommy even thought so. Said, forget it. What is it about players conceding games like that? Is it the fact they don't want to see you make it? They don't want to give you the satisfaction of closing it out?
I think so.
Or they want to save that extra 5 seconds?
Oh, no, I think it's... You don't want to watch him make the ball.
Exactly.
You ran down to that, and I'm not even going to give you the, like you say, the satisfaction. Now, ordinarily, I would say you had ball in hand on the 1. You were supposed to get out. You knew it was going to require a mistake from you to not win the game, and sure enough, you made a mistake right off the bat. And that eats up some players. Do you think it would eat up Tommy?
Definitely. Tommy's pretty hot-tempered.
And you would think with the experience he has, it wouldn't. Or you would hope with
I think an isolated instance like that won't do it. I think if it happens 2 or 3 times in the match, he'll be a little frustrated at the end of that,
Yeah.
and as most players probably would. One time, okay, I made a mistake. 2 times, 3 times, you're thinking, get off your butt and get to work here. Don't be making these unforced errors, because that's what they are. Is they're unforced errors.
And I don't think it would be going out on a limb to say Tommy can be a little bit more demonstrative with his frustration than other people.
Well, I will say he's toned it down from what it used to be many, many years ago. Did you ever watch Tommy play 15 years ago?
No.
He was very demonstrative.
Demonstrative. He hit that one good.
So far, so good. Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
No, while you're
No,
shooting.
not now. When we're doing commentary, can you hear us when you're playing? No, I just wanted so we try to keep it down. A little bit? Okay. That's we haven't had anything to talk about. There you go. See, that's what I was wondering if they could hear us. And it's tough without a plexiglass or
Right.
music playing in the background.
We're working on a plexiglass. Ooh, we almost made that ball.
I'm surprised no one's ever called Dennis up and said, "Hey, Dennis, you want to get rid of that glass?"
Yeah. I probably
Because he
should.
had that perfect. He had it perfect. It would fit perfect on the table.
Yeah.
It would fold up.
Dennis, if you're listening, you know my number.
Get me that glass.
Yeah.
But take the Desert Classic stuff off, okay?
We went to Home Depot and bought the plexiglass.
Oh,
Chuck's working on it.
Well, you know, all it has to do is cut the size. Dennis used to have it hinged by duct tape.
Oh, wow.
It was duct tape that hinged it. He didn't put hinges on it, just duct tape. That's
Yeah,
an idea to
we're
help
working
you out.
on hinges.
Oh, okay, you guys want to do it fancy and do it right.
Eight to the 9?
I would want to get either in the middle of the table and go 3 rails for the 8 to the 9, or get straight on the 8 and draw it straight back for the 9.
I like the 3-rail shot. Less of a chance of scratching that way in my mind.
Well, if you draw it straight back, the only thing, if you did your Burt Kinnister exercises, you don't draw it all the way to the rail.
Right.
So you just draw it to about where the 7 ball is, just a little past the 7 ball. And you're perfect on the 9.
And I want to say it was one of the Kinnister videos where he talked about shooting your shot and playing your cue ball to pass over the exact center of the table.
Crossing the center of the table, correct.
Because you can never scratch that way.
And why is that a no scratch zone or line?
Well, because you just never... You'd have to come out of a pocket to scratch.
Perfect.
And you're never coming out of a
That's the answer I was
pocket.
looking for. That's the answer I was looking for. That's perfect. That's exactly what he used to say. The only way you can scratch it is if you're coming out of the pocket.
He underhit this?
Yes, he did.
Does he like that cut?
He might not like it, but he's going to shoot it. He's going to shoot it successfully.
Wow. It didn't look like he'd made it.
See, Tommy said the same thing you said. He said, I don't like the 8 ball in that spot because, it's hard to get. There's 2 ways to do it. And he went 2 rails instead of 3. Or get straight in.
So now you're commentating the 10 ball at Griff's.
Right. And then we're moving over to the Rio.
Right. And what are they having at the Rio for the pros?
Then for the pros, nothing. Well, they have the regular 8 ball
Grandmaster?
Challenge.
Or something like, okay.
I guess. And then coming back to Griff's, I think on the 29th for the 8 ball. U.S. Open, 8 ball.
Yeah, we were in Portland a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was Mika that was saying he just couldn't stay in Vegas that long. He said because I think it seemed like the idea was, let's get the pros here for the 10 ball, let's keep them here for the 8 ball, and while they're here, they'll be at the Rio and they'll play in that event too.
Correct.
And Mika was saying he just couldn't do it. He said he's
Well-
going to go to L.A., spend a week there.
And I can see some of them doing that. I can see a lot more of them going for the money in the tournaments.
Yeah, well, that was the idea.
But maybe he doesn't want to play pool for 2 weeks straight.
And and I'm only talking about Mika.
Correct. That's just what I'm saying. That's just maybe his choice.
Yeah, I think he's outgrown the I want to win every title out there. Now he's gotten to that point where, you know what, I want to enjoy myself a little bit. I still want to play the big events, but I don't need to win every tournament everywhere.
Well, I don't need to play in every tournament everywhere. See, I come from a very different background than all the pros. I worked, and pool's always been my hobby. I'm very fortunate to be able to do the commentary for it because usually they look for more experienced players, more with players with a better rap sheet than I have.
You've got all the ability commentating in the world.
I'm talking about experience playing pool.
Okay.
And I think my experience playing pool isn't bad, but it's not at that. It's not at a real high level. But the thing that I worked, and that's what I'm saying. Pool's always been a hobby for me. For Mika, it's been a living,
Right.
and so maybe now he's getting to where there's more to life than pool.
Right, that's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
These younger players, the Skylar Woodwards of the world, the Billy Forbes of the world.
Well, they're in tune. They're experiencing something that they're on a high. It's almost an addiction at that level right now. I don't want to call it an addiction because, that would give it a negative connotation, and it shouldn't be negative.
Right.
But they're on a high. The attention they're getting, the satisfaction they're getting from playing at that level. And the thing about it is, pool is like, it's hard to say. The more you do it, the better you play. The better you play,
The more you want to do
the
it.
more you want to do it. And the thing about it is, if you stop doing it, you got to start over again to a certain degree. You lose the edge. You lose the edge. You get out of stroke a little bit. Your confidence might wane a little bit. Whatever it is, you lose that finesse. When you're hot, you're hot. And as soon as you're not, well, you got to get it back.
Right.
And when you stop playing for a little bit, 2 weeks is a little bit. It's going to take you a few days to get it back, maybe more. In a tournament, that's crucial.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't have a few days.
No, you don't have a few days. You don't have a few shots.
You're right. Not at the level he's
Not
playing.
at that level, exactly. So, yeah, when there's more to life than pool, well, then pool's going to suffer a little bit.
What did
Seen a good
Mike
save.
do there?
Almost broke his cue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're running out, you get to that 8-ball. You should be able to make that 8-ball in your sleep, but he just tried to do too much with the cue ball.
Tommy's thinking, I deserve better than this.
Yeah. Yes, he is. He's still shaking his head.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how that's not really that good of a role. It's not that bad of a role. He should be considering, I'm lucky to come back to the table.
Right.
But when you come back to the table, you want something better than this to shoot at. I have to agree with him there.
If your opponent makes a mistake like that, you expect them to get punished.
He might just take a flyer at it and bank at it. No,
Trying to get behind the
get
nine.
behind the nine. And I think he did. If he didn't do it, he left the cue ball in a nice place against the rail or close to it.
I don't think he left him a path to enough of the ball to make it. Mike's checking now. That was a really nice shot. Not surprisingly. He's going to the air.
Airborne. Southwest Flight 747 leaving Tucson.
Mike jumps real well, but he doesn't have that accuracy. He's come
Yeah,
close
guess
to
what?
making a ball a few times.
He's actually left a low percentage shot.
Now, you're not going to try to do anything with Whitey here. You're just going to make the ball.
Tommy has, he might know this shot. I'm not even going to try to make that ball. I might play a four-rail safety. Play it 1, 2, 3 to this fourth rail at the middle diamond and behind the 9. See the safety? 1, 2, 3 here and back here.
Wow.
And follow the cue ball. He's trying to make it.
See, that's what I was talking about, trying to do too much
That's
with
why I
the cue
said
ball.
I'm not going to try to make that ball. I'm going to play the safety. There's certain angles that safety comes in. The safety is much easier to hit and much higher percentage to make it than the ball. Making that ball and getting shape was very, very tough.
I would have thought you'd try to make it and just
Settle for the shot on the 9.
settle for a tougher shot.
Well, let's say you make it, you end up on the back rail. You want to
Right.
shoot at the 9 ball now? When the safety, because the speed of that safety is the beauty of it. You can hit it hard and it just seems to self-correct. It ends up right in the middle of the head rail. It's a really very easy safety to play.
Tommy's back ahead.
5-4. You know, I guess I've missed some of Mike's games because I didn't know he was at 4. Wow, we're tied at 4.
Well, he was up 3-0.
Okay, so I know. So that's why Tommy won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Won 4 in a row. Excuse me.
Right.
I was trying to carry him over for the 9, just stop. You got it.
So now you're pretty familiar with all these players, aren't you?
Well, they're most of them are here from Tucson. There's only a few
Right.
guys from Phoenix, and I know most of them too. So
Yeah,
yes.
they're the diehards.
Yep. No, because Brian Longington hasn't played on very many of these events. He's playing more this year.
Right.
Let's see who else is up here. Joe Guerrero from El Paso or Las Cruces.
He's a great player.
He's a good player. He brought somebody with him, I guess, Ramon. But the rest of the guys are from Tucson. Oh, I know this Ramon guy. Okay, I know who he is. But yeah, all the rest of these guys are from Tucson, so I'm rather familiar with that.
Talking about Brian. His game has gone up. He's
Well, he's
put in
been
the
working
time.
hard on it.
Yeah.
I've seen several posts from him on Facebook. I keep up with all the players in Phoenix on Facebook because I see all their posts and stuff, and they're pretty vocal about it and pretty open about it. But he's been working hard on his game, and it's showing some good results.
Sure.
I mean, his Fargo score's gone up. I think he's mentioned that a couple times on Facebook. But he's worked hard. I think. Does he have a table at home now too?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. And that helps a lot.
They tell me that, but my game hasn't gone up at all.
What do you do on your house table? On your home table?
Try to shoo the cat off of it most of the time.
Okay, well, that tells you why it hasn't gone up a lot.
Oh, okay. So there's more to it than just having the table.
One of the things about having a table, and this, I think I've heard this said from most people that have tables. When you first get it, you're on it all the time. You're doing all the drills. You're playing games. You might have a few people over, hardly ever, but you're working because of the newness of it, the novelty of having it, the excitement of having it. But little by little, that wears off, and all of a sudden the cover doesn't come off as often. Then you find new uses for it, like folding laundry and
right.
things like that. When you're working on the ceiling fan, putting the extra parts on the table, stuff like that. You always find something for it. But so your interest lags, and so does the improvement. But when you're working hard on your game, a house table can really help because you can do your drills. You can do that 60-minute workout. You can do several things, at home, and keep track of it. One of the best exercises I used to do this is when I had the pool table in the garage. I had a beautiful gold crown in my garage years ago in the 90s. And I used to play 10 ball. And I would rack 10 ball and take ball in hand after the break, do 10 racks, count the number of balls I made. Let's say I took ball in hand and ran 5 balls. I'd write down 5 for 10 racks.
Like
each
bowling.
ball. Like bowling, okay. And at the end of 10 racks, if my score was 70 or better, at that time they were saying that's about the speed of a average pro, because you're running out 70% of the time.
Okay.
You stop and think about it. Well, when you do that all the time, it's just like racing the Ghost, and you're keeping track, and you're trying to better each rack. That score is going to go up, but your average player won't break 50. You won't break 50.
That seemed to be a different Mike Hamman at the table in that last rack. It was almost like he looked at the table and just said, I'm done fooling around here. I'm done being stressed and worrying about who I'm playing. I'm just going to run out.
So basically you're saying Mike did the same thing Tommy did. He stopped eating.
Okay.
Mentally eating.
There you go.
So now he's playing. He's going to focus. Mike does have the ability to do that. He has the tendency of loafing. He was getting away with his 3-game lead. Like you said, he felt like maybe he's just going to walk away with it. Tommy's showing that he can't walk away with it. So now he's told himself it's time to go to work.
Yeah, I like it. Tommy's frustrated in the chair because Mike made a ball and has a shot on the 1 or the 2.
He's not entitled to that by Tommy's rules. But look what he missed. And got safe.
I think he can see it, but I don't think he can see enough of it.
It's off the rail a bit. He can spin it. it looks like he can spin it. It takes a little bit of a masse.
Yeah, not much of one.
And he is going to mess it. Yep.
Oh.
He needed a little bit more dig on that. Just a little bit more dig. See how he kind of came down on the ball when he stroked it?
Okay.
If he'd have dug it just a little more, he would have got that little extra oomph on the cue ball to bend it.
And spinning the ball that way to make it is so much more difficult because the rail's not working for you. If he'd have been on the other side and you're spinning around.
Going rail first,
yeah, you
yes.
can go rail first.
Yeah.
So you got a much bigger target.
It's a bigger target. Yeah, it is a bigger target. The way he did it was a good way to do it. And it's a big ball because the English helps make the ball to begin with. Did Mike do something?
I think he did. I think he hooked himself. He's shaking his head or nodding his head, yes.
He's going to be banking it at the 7. I'm crossing this ball. Well, he's going to dig it too. He's digging at it.
That's going to cost him a rack. Well, at least it's supposed to.
Oh, you just jinxed Tommy.
Oh.
You did. That's the commentator's jinx.
He'll blame me for it if he misses.
Oh, he's going to say you heard you.
Can you tell if you're taller on the phone?
He should get out.
Oh, yeah. 9 out of 10 times.
Now, see, for me, I would say 8 out of 10 times. Because these are the kind of racks I don't get out on.
And he's taken
The easy
a
ones.
lot more time at the table now than he was 3 or 4 racks ago. I mean, he's got almost a straight-in 6 ball with the 7 in the jaws. And he's thinking about it.
And why is he running the ball around like that? Is what I want to know. When the ball's in the jaws.
Now he's worried so much about getting on the right side of it.
Nicely done.
He's still not out of the woods. Top. No, he's drawing.
He's coming straight back. Just soft.
He missed that ball by a mile.
He didn't come straight back with the ball. That's the kind of draw you just want the ball to start coming back. You don't want it to zip it back. You just want it to, ease its way back. Those are look at this.
And Mike missed it by just as much. That ball missed by 2.5 times.
Well, it actually only missed by about a half an inch, but
Yeah.
the angle was
Right.
there's no angle, so it looked like 2.5 diamonds. But he missed that quite a bit. Side pocket, he's drawn past it.
I still don't like it.
If he makes this, he has shape because he's going to shoot it with a good draw stroke. Yep. He got the shape, but he didn't make the ball.
Guys act like they've got electric cues that are going to shock them if they stay down on the ball for too long.
It's too bad they haven't developed one of those little things they have for golf where you put it on your head and you connect it to your certain parts of your body, so if the head moves, it jerks you pretty hard.
Oof.
You know what I'm talking about?
No. Well, see, I'm not.
We used to joke about this playing golf. You put this like a headband on your head with a strand connected to a claw on your
Yes.
between your legs.
Okay.
And if the head jerks up, well then so does the claw, and it hurts you. So you don't move the head. Now they should devise something like that for pool.
That would work.
And you wouldn't jump up during your shots. And if you did, well,
You wouldn't do it very many times.
no, you wouldn't. Actually, it would work for pool. I'd 4-rail it.
He didn't like something about bending out like that. He still
Well,
doesn't like it.
he can't get to the ball, and it's a severe cut. And he's not cutting it, he's banking it. No, he's cutting it, and he made the ball. Nice shot.
I'm not sure either one of them's going to be proud of that rack.
Well, fortunately, they only get to watch it if they want to. They'll have to look for it for a while. When do you post these?
Actually, next week, probably.
Wow. Are you still using Vimeo?
Yeah.
Post them? Okay.
Yeah. We don't have the problems that YouTube has with
Right, the
background
proprietary music.
Yeah. Got a lot of stuff up on Vimeo. All the Pac West videos from Portland are up there. I was told that the match between Skyler and Shane from Portland was the first time they had played each other on a big table in a tournament.
Wow.
That was a fun tournament.
When did this take place? I don't even
Maybe
know.
3 weeks ago. It was 10 ball, but it was slightly different in that if you played safe and made a ball, I could put you back in. So,
Right. No, I've seen that rule in 10 ball.
You know, if you called a ball and made something else, you could be put back in at the table.
So basically, you got penalized for
There were no two-way
yeah,
shots.
there's no two-way shots, right? You don't want to shoot two-way shots. And that's sad because that's a big part of playing 10 ball is the two-way shots.
Look out, 9 ball.
It takes a certain element away that favors the better player.
That was what the amateurs had said. They said that they thought it was even a bigger advantage to the
Correct.
to the pros.
Yep. Yeah, two-way shots. Your better players will play the two-way shots. Your less experienced players don't even see them. They're pretty much focused on make the ball and get position.
Looks like he's looking at the combo.
And he made one.
It seems that
Welcome to 9 ball.
It seems that Mike has sped up his game, and it's not helping him.
Good point. That's actually a good point. I think you're right. Because remember how focused he was that one rack, and then they had they had that bad rack last game, and they're both moving around a little faster, a little kind of not frustrated, but maybe a little like, well, if it's going to go this way, might as well make it fast.
Yeah. But neither one of them can look at the score and think that they're out of the match.
Well, 3 games away. It's middle game management. I mean, Tommy's what, 1 game from being on the hill.
Yeah. But Mike's perfectly capable of running this rack, and then it's a race to 2.
Very capable.
Are you drawing 2 across, or are you going to try to
I'm
hold
just going to hold it right there.
Okay.
Just like that. There's no reason to go all the way over and back again. Because the 3 ball's up enough. That's fine. Now just a little bit of left-hand English on this ball. Nice and soft. He actually came up too far. He should have had more English on the ball. A little more spin.
He doesn't care for it, but he's still supposed to be out.
Yeah, he can go back and forth here. He might just go to the other rail and shoot the 6 ball in the same pocket, but no, he went back and forth. It's a better way to play it. Wow.
I don't care for that. I'm not sure I understand that.
Well, he was rather intentional about his English. And he put more stroke than he had to.
Maybe
But see, Mike's thinking shape's overrated.
Well, I think he's telling himself, look, these are all shots I'm supposed to make. So why I'm stressing over them, I don't know. And it's working for him now.
Well, and they were shots that what you said. There's shots you're supposed to make from just about anywhere on the table.
You referred to middle game management. The middle of this match, he's really upped his game a little bit.
Except for that one that one game that they both had.
Multiple
They
shots.
threw care to the wind.
Yeah.
They were both running around the table, just kind of shooting.
But if you don't think about that one rack, Mike has outplayed Tommy the last 3-4 racks.
And the first 3.
Yeah.
No, the first 3. Remember, Tommy gave him 2 of those
Yeah,
games.
yeah, he was
Except for
eating.
that video, Tommy gave him 2 of those games. So yeah. So maybe Tommy's middle match management has been lacking.
Yeah.
But now did he run that rack? No, they ran
No.
part of it and then just the last few balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it seemed like he got to a point in the rack where he just told himself, this is playing 9-ball. This is an easy game. I'm rolling the ball into the hole. I do this all the time. And I don't care who he is. If he's sitting in the chair, he's not going to stop me from winning.
I'm being quiet because I don't want Mike to hear what I have to say. I was
Mike
testing to
was
see if you
standing
could hear
over
me.
by us.
Yeah, I want to see if you could hear us.
Tommy took a break.
When you stream, how do you get to it?
AZB TV.
AZBT?
TV. AZB TV.
Oh, TV.
URL? AZBT?
No.
AZB.
Well, she wanted,
Oh, here, you want to send it to her?
yeah.
Tell me anytime you need it.
Huh.
Send it to her that way. She'll see it.
Well, here we go. We're tied at 6. Race to 3.
Race to 3. Yeah, I had the 8
Race
from the
to-
last match
Yeah, race to 3.
on my mind. He break dry.
You're thinking race to 2? 8?
Yeah, I was thinking it was a race to 8. Yeah, he
So now
broke
it's a
dry.
race to 3. Try break. Just straight English here, straight high English, or straight center English. Come back for the 2.
And I would be convinced I did hit this with right.
You'd run into the 7 ball or,
Yeah.
or the 4 ball. So if you just did it with straight English, you could come straight in a straight line, straight back, right by the 4. Tommy did it perfectly. Yeah, on those thin cuts, that inside English will spin you right into that 7 ball.
And it'll throw the object ball.
A little bit.
Yeah.
If you cut it right, there's no throw, but yeah, exactly. I think I'd play this 4 ball in the side pocket.
That was what I thought when I first saw it.
But see, the 5 ball doesn't go by the 8, so he's got to come up for the 5. He's got to find a place for the 5 here. The 5 ball stuff. Where's he going to play the 5? He doesn't have much to work with on the 4 to get to the 5, to get to the higher end of the table, upper part of the table, or actually the lower part of the table. Yes, it is. Tommy said that's too hard.
Yeah. The bank isn't going to help him because he doesn't want to be right there.
Correct. He's looking at playing safe behind the 6. Not much room to get behind. Wow. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Is he going to hit it? Oh. It might go in the side. It might go in the side pocket. But again,
Boy, that's a
it's,
tough
it's
shot.
tough on the 6 too, though. It's a delicate shot to go to the side, and a very tough shot. Oh yeah, especially I look at it on the monitor. I see the angle. Forget it.
As well as he hit that 4, you think you deserve better than this.
I think I'd try to draw this ball behind the 8 and hit the 7 with the 5 ball. Hopefully not make it. I think it lays just right for that. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Especially
I
on
do.
the monitor.
Yeah.
It's a nice soft draw. It doesn't take much.
He's following.
He's banking it. Yeah, he's coming across. He's left a low percentage shot. I think the 6 ball is in the way for the corner pocket. and he's straight into it, so there's not much he can do here.
I can't tell if it blocks the whole pocket. It almost looks like he's got enough space to get by.
If he does, he'd have shot it by now,
Yeah.
because it's just a matter of stopping the ball for the 6. I might bank it to the middle of the table, the head rail. I mean the bottom rail. I forget which one's head and which one's not.
Right.
I have to look at the spot. Take the cue ball with high English. Oh, he's got plenty of room.
Well, what we were thinking.
Well, you said it went by. I said it didn't think it did.
Well, I mean, he looked at it for so long, and then he just got down and one stroked it.
Made up his mind to shoot it and shot, huh? One more. What a beautiful shot. It's nice when they play 3 rails going across like that.
I didn't think he hit it hard enough, but he...
No, it didn't look like it, but it did. I mean, he stroked it so nice and so smooth that it didn't look hard at all, but it was. Back and forth again. He likes that back and forth shot. And just enough angle to come to the head rail and over for the 9.
You drawn
Never
it or
mind,
followed it?
he's following. He should follow it. Keeps the ball in the hole a lot better than the draw does. Whoa, Michael makes a statement and goes ahead 1 game.
See, he's even... It just, his approach at the table right now is, I'm getting tired of stressing over this. I just want to win the match.
It looks like he plays better that way.
Yeah.
So when he basically says, I'm going to give up worrying about it, I'm just going to play.
Enough is enough.
Just take that approach the whole time, to the whole match. But it's true. When you try to will yourself to do things, back to the inner game of tennis we spoke of earlier. You know, the mind's getting in the way. You're thinking, and if you're thinking, you're making mistakes. All the thinking is done right now. As soon as he steps to the ball, he should be done thinking.
Right. Pre-shot routine, you're stepping into the ball, and that's all you're concentrating on. You know where you're aiming, what English you're putting on it, what speed you're putting on it.
And that's what he's deciding right now. Where to go and how to get there. Once he comes to the ball, right now, he should know exactly what he's doing. There's no more thinking. Now it's just aiming and rock and fire. What a nice shot.
As long as it doesn't die in front of the side.
It didn't.
Oh, it looked like it rocked back. Oh, Tommy just can't believe it.
Good shot. Little sarcasm?
Not from Tommy, no.
Oh, boy.
You know, if that ball doesn't hit a piece of debris on the table, Tommy's firing the 1 in.
1 rail across?
You're not going to try to go between the 7-3 and...
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'd do with this shot. I can't tell from the angle. Looks like he's going to try to bank it straight across where we're at, right to the corner on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, he went right into the 4 ball, or 7 ball. He draws this ball underneath the 4 ball. He's going to run out. And he did.
Yeah, you hit that ball real nice.
Could have gone just a little further. He's on the wrong side to come towards the 3. So he's going to have to settle or go around the table. I think I would just roll it forward a little bit and settle for the shot on the 3 to get on the 4.
I think so too. You got very little angle to work with.
Well, you have to hit this ball so hard to go around the table. Like this, see? and he didn't get around. He hit that ball as hard as he could.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough.
Well, it seemed like when it hit the object ball, the cue ball might have jumped a little bit, which would have taken an awful lot of power off of it.
Because he had to hit that ball head on.
Yeah.
There was no angle to run off of it or go off of it. That's a tough shot to go 3 rails with. I know that from experience because I've tried that several times. And you sit there and you hit it as hard as you can. But the thing about it is you don't hit as hard as you can because you have to make sure you deliver the English properly. And it doesn't get there. And most people, he elevated the back of his cue a little bit to do that. And it should be just the opposite. He should have dropped the back of his cue.
Okay.
That's why his ball jumped. Remember you said it jumped?
Right.
That's why it jumped.
Tommy's looking disgusted. Mike made the ball, and it came around and bumped another ball, and now Tommy's just convinced, the pool gods hate me.
Well, they do. You're in the chair. They hate anybody in the chair. Pool gods are that way. They only like success.
7 goes by the 8. He's supposed
Yes,
to
it
be on the
does.
hill here. No, the 8 to the 9's another one of those shots that's come up multiple times here at the end of the rack.
This one is definitely 3 rails. After hitting, because it's further down than the last one was.
Okay.
The last one was about 8 inches or 6 inches higher. Nicely done. If he can stop this ball, he's perfect. Perfect for, you see what I'm saying? He wants to get right there so he can go 3 rails for shake. If he can just stop it right there, he's perfect. And he's right where he aimed.
Are you still going 3?
Oh,
or
definitely.
Are you drawing it?
I'm using left-hand English, left center English, and I'm going 3 rails.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought the angle...
I don't like that shot. Not at all.
It's going to go over.
And that's why I don't like that shot.
Wow. Boy, I thought he hit that ball good.
He did, right to the pocket.
Not exactly what I had in mind.
But replay that in your mind, and look how easy that left-hand English shot was to go 3 rails for the 9.
And there was no scratch.
Nope, and there was no possibility of scratching. Yet he avoided the first danger, the side pocket, but he went into the second danger.
Bert Kinnister again. Got some slightly exuberant players over there.
So we're tied at 7.
Yeah, now it's a race to 2.
And back to what we were talking about. 80% of these games have been given away.
And even at this level,
Yes.
I mean, these are
Yes.
our 9-rated players, basically. And Tommy's supposed to be even higher than
Match
that.
up.
Well, he made a ball and he's straight
Wes
in on the 1 ball.
Sowers, James Bentley, table 10.
He's going to have to come over to the right where the cue ball is now.
557.
Position on the deuce.
James the 461.
You don't think he's just gonna settle for the combo?
I wouldn't. Because where's the 2 ball go after the combo?
Well, hopefully it dies right there.
Hopefully.
Which, yeah, is going to depend a lot on how straight he is.
If I just follow the ball right back over to where it's at right now, there's no hope involved anymore. I had an old supervisor tell me one time when I said something about, I hope the customer does this. And their comment was, hope is not a strategy.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Now, how do you get back on the 3 here? This is a little testy.
Is he straight or does he have angle to come straight
He's
up?
got
He's going to
angle.
hit the head rail and come straight back past the 8. Or is he going to go between the 8? He can go between the 8 and the 5, or he might just come right back over and play it in the side. That's what I thought he'd do. But he could have done that by going straight this way with left English instead of going around those balls.
This is no piece of cake.
It looks like he can just stun against the rail. If he stuns against the rail, he's straight into the 3. He might even bump the 5 with just like that. Perfect. Did you come out too far?
See, that's what I would have been worried about, and I don't think he did. I think
he's perfect.
Yeah. I don't even think he's jacked up on the 5. Didn't need to do anything fancy there.
The same thing here. Less here. Just make the ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about his cue ball. It's perfect.
This is about as Cosmo as it gets.
He's too straight here. Because now he has to draw straight back. I had a shot like this one time playing Ismael Pius in Vegas. I drew it right back in the side pocket.
He hit that one with bottom left.
Yeah.
Maybe he learned his lesson.
This is just a stop shot.
Yeah? You're not going to try to go around this 9 ball?
No. That's why. It's just a stop shot. It's just a stop shot.
That's not the way you want to lose a match.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just, and complicated the shots. It's too straight on the wrong side.
Straight
He's
wrong.
okay.
Yeah.
He's able to cheat the pocket. That's what it was. Well, the only break and run we've had has come from Mike, right?
Right.
Okay. Now see right here, the only thing I'm thinking of is break and run, don't scratch on the break and run, don't scratch on the break. That's all I'm thinking, and I shouldn't. I'll tell you that right now, guys. We out there and don't think. Do what got you there, but better at this point.
Well, it would only be appropriate for this to go hill-hill. He made sure he didn't scratch.
Nice break, and look at this reward he's going to have. He's straight in on the. Well, he's got a good shot on the 2 ball. And look at the 3-9 combo.
Yeah. You're just going to cut it to on our screen, the left-hand side corner pocket,
Actually, I want to play it to the right-hand side corner pocket.
and then go 3 rails around.
Nope. I'm just going to draw the ball. Just going
Okay.
to draw the ball, come this way, and go back over again. Right to where he's at right now. He went the other way.
He's going to overrun it by a lot. Boy, he almost overran it right into that pocket. Playing the carom now? The carom's not a gimme.
But he didn't make it. But look at the safety he's going to get out of it.
I think you're right. I think he got him hooked.
Yeah, so you didn't know it, but it was a 2-way shot. Accidentally a 2-way shot?
I might kick this 9 in 1 rail and see if Tommy can run out.
I think it's a good idea. Good thinking on your part.
Because I don't think there's no reward for hitting the 3.
The 5 stuff, especially going from the 4. I wouldn't.
I mean, you might leave him a 4-9 combo, which if you've got ball in hand there, you're probably going to try to get to
you're
a
going to get
4-9
there.
combo.
Sure, of course you would. Why not?
You got to make it.
He hit the 9 ball.
Yeah, with where the 5 is. I don't think the 5, I think, might clear the 7, but I don't think it clears the 6.
Right. That's why I'm saying the 5 balls, regardless of where the 4 ball is, it's tough to go to the from 4 to the 5.
So I think
Unless it
you
goes
got to
by
play
the
to the
6.
combo.
He's looking at it now. And if it's that tight that he has to look that close, it's not good.
Right.
It's too far away from the pocket. He's got to get real perfect on it.
He's not. Well, he's not going to play it off the 5 like he did earlier.
No, he's not.
He's not. He doesn't want the combo.
He's going to try to come right back and lay it between the rail and the 7. Or is he going down low? He went down low. He must have plenty of room. But he looked at it real tight, so it's real tight, which makes this ball pretty hard. Very well done.
Yeah.
He had enough room. And he was confident of it because he played safe for it.
Didn't do anything fancy.
Nope. Did his thinking prior, and then just shot the ball.
And we're always told to never bump a ball, but sometimes you bump the ball, you get a reward if it makes sense.
Well, let's just say he's not out yet. It's funny, those shots down the rail like that when you're pretty straight, it's so easy to drop the back of your cue in the stroke and the tip comes up and you miss that ball. People do it all the time. It's a straight-in shot. But I'm guilty of it. This is why I'm saying it, and I can explain how to miss the ball because I'm guilty of it. You have a straight-in shot, but you drop the back of your cue just a hair, and you miss the ball. And now we have a heel match because, again, Tommy gave him a 3-ball out.
Right.
In fact, I'd be willing to bet that out of the 8 games that Mike has won, Tommy has given him 5 games, 3-ball outs or less.
That's brutal.
And vice versa. Mike has given some to Tommy the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone both ways. That's why earlier in the match, Tommy was taking so much more time on those easy outs, remember? He pointed that out, that he was taking his time and focusing. That's why. He just missed a straight-in, extremely makeable shot.
Yeah.
It could cost him the match.
Took it for granted.
Yep.
Playing safe here?
Yes, behind the 9. Come in with a lot of... Oh, you can't even reach it. How can you not reach this ball? Oh, well. Right-hand spin, hit right where the bridge is, and get right behind the 9. And he's got the perfect angle to get there. It looks so nice. A little shorter angle, good 1-ball. A little shorter angle, and he would have had a great cue ball.
Yeah.
Tommy's got the same shot coming back because you can see a piece of the 1. And the 8-ball stops the 1-ball from coming up.
Oh.
But he hit the 8. He didn't cut it enough. He hit it too thick.
Well, that was just distance getting in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, he was 8 feet away. And Tommy is one of our senior citizens that still plays pool. I make that comment because he posted that on Facebook. He beat me in our one pocket list match, and he posted to Brett Huth saying the 2 senior citizens. I got the match from the 2 senior citizens on the list. I believe he's 2 years older than I am, so he made that comment.
Boy, between the 2 of you, I can't even imagine how many years of experience you have.
Well, see, I started playing pool when I was 15, and I'm 65. There's 50 years.
And Tommy's probably did the same thing.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I remember Tommy before he had his rooms. He used to come down to Tucson. He used to sell coupon books. And I met him down here at one of the pool halls, I think, and got to know him pretty good. And that was in the 80s.
Sold coupon books.
Mm-hmm. He used to come down to Tucson from Phoenix. They have these. You buy a book for $25, and you, for instance, you sell them to businesses to give out, or you sell them to individuals, and they're full of buy one get one free coupons for every business in town. And so you go around to the businesses and you sell them the advertising and then the coupon to drive their business and sample their business too. And I think Mike's out here. Oh, no, he's
supposed
not. The 7 ball doesn't go by the 9. And he can't get shape any other place but for the corner pocket or
looking to
maybe the
draw.
side because he's trying to go to the side.
Yeah. I would worry about making the ball because you got to stroke it a little harder to get the
draw?
cue ball to come back here.
Actually, it's a nice smooth stroke shot if you stroke it. And he's look he's lining up to stroke this ball. Watch him closely.
Oh, he overstroked it.
Yes, he did. Because he dipped it. He got there. Now he's straight into the corner, or semi-straight into the corner. That's where I play it. And just stop the ball. Kind of like that. Only he did it. I wouldn't have. And
There we go.
Mike Hamman over Tommy DiLorenzo. Tommy's going to go do damage on the one loss side. Mike's going to try to maintain his winner side. Was that their first match?
No. Mike played.
That's right. He played his wife the first
Yeah,
match.
Mike played
nice
Tracy.
draw, by the way. I meant to comment on that earlier. I forgot.
You know, when
Guy comes in with his wife. They both come in to play in a tournament, and their first match is each other. I mean, I don't care if the computer tells you to do that. I would have switched it.
you know,
Manipulate. You have that option.
anytime something like that happens, you think, should I do something about that? And then now you're in a slippery ground.
Exactly, because then you start thinking, well, maybe I can do something about this too.
Right. You know, where do you draw the line?
Right.
if you-
Exactly. Exactly.
Let me go see what else we've got.
Okay. Could hear us too much?
I could hear when you say you didn't like the shot I shot in the scratch. I don't like it so much. Oh, really? The scratch? Because I over-freaking sweat. You know, when I hit the 8.
Mike said that.
Says Mike said that. He doesn't have to talk, my ball is rolling. Yeah, I always worry about the guessing first. How do I do that? How do I get rid of the table, Mike? Mike, how do I get rid of the table?
Hold on.